Nice to see you, Vardha. Okay. So children, let me quickly tell you that we have with us a wonderful mentor and a wonderful person to be with. Thank you so much, Pooja ma'am, for getting us live on FB. So children, as I was telling, that we have with us a wonderful mentor and a wonderful person with the name Ushma. Yes, we have Ushma ma'am with us. I think many of you already know her, right? And I'm sure you're going to love her energetic sessions because these sessions will bring conceptual clarity to you with each passing day. So I'm sure you're going to gain that winning edge with her sessions. She has got this passion for teaching and she's got substantial experience in this line. So I'll not speak much. I'll request Ushma ma'am to speak to you directly. All over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Monica. That was like too kind, to introduce me with such, wonderful words. Yes, the one really true fact about what she said is I'm very passionate about teaching and I love being with kids. In, true life, when you people are in front of me or irrespective of whether you are right behind the computers, on your virtual cameras with me. I just love being with kids because the important and the good part about you, all of you are, is that you're so enthusiastic about knowing things. And when Monica ma'am was asking all of you, about the tough part, and actually I was too glad that most of you found biology too tough. Okay, because that is where I come into the play. Because professionally, I'm a doctor, so biology is something that I love to teach. Okay, so maybe I just hope all the kids who in the first demo class today have said that biology is tough for you, maybe when Monica ma'am has this the last session, maybe if we have a meeting like this, I hope all of you would turn out to say that ma'am, biology has been the happiest and the easiest part to understand. So I hope I can bring ease to all your doubts and all your difficulties in the certain subject. And like I could understand, all boys always love physics, all girls generally love bio, though it's not like generalized statement. There are few exceptions, but I just hope by the end of the session I would want everybody to say that ma'am, I have enjoyed learning physics, chemistry and bio equally, and there's nothing okay. Just give me a minute. Can you hear me? I think there was a
Yes.
technical glitch. Yeah, I'm sorry, right? So I just hope by the end of the session, everybody is going to say that, ma'am, I have no more doubts and I have enjoyed all the session. That will make me a happy teacher. Okay? To see big smiles on your face. So that's what I always aim at. Bringing smiles. And I can already see such a big smile on Shaira's face. Okay, how many more smiles can I see? All of you are already on a virtual thing. Kayan is in a mask. I can hardly see him. Okay. All right. Okay. I generally never have my kids on mute because just imagine you're sitting in the school with your, lips zipped. How boring would that class be, right? Okay. The only thing is I would need a little discipline in class. So whenever you have doubt or something, raise your hand and wait for your turn to ask something. Okay. Otherwise, you can be unmuted in the class without disturbing the rest of the class, the way it's being conducted. Okay. So ma'am, you could just carry on with the formalities, what has to be done, and do let me know when I could start off with my demo.
Sure. Thank you, ma'am. So children, the flow of the session would be that you've already met your mentor. Now I'll show a short PPT to you, which will give you an in-depth detail about the course that you're about to embark. And then you'll go on a virtual tour with Pooja ma'am, and you will learn how to access the reading material and all on the dashboard of Olympiad Success. After that, in case you have a doubt or a query, you can always ask the same. Okay. And then the actual demo will begin. So I hope the flow of the session is clear to you all. Is it? Show me a thumbs up if it is. Okay, good. So now I'm sharing my screen, just a moment, and then we are good to go. So I believe my screen is visible to all. So a very warm welcome to the demo and interaction program for Class 5 Science Olympiad Level 2, Batch 2. As you are already aware, Olympiad Success is India's largest online preparation platform for Olympiad exams. Olympiad Success Live is India's first exclusive live classes for Olympiad's preparation. School Plus by Olympiad Success is one of its own kind of annual program that includes 8 courses that really matter at this point of time in your life, which include mathematics, English, science, logical reasoning, communication, both spoken and written, Vedic math, and coding. So here you can get online CBSE and Olympiad classes for grades 6 to 10, one-on-one preparation classes for international mathematics Olympiads like SASMO, CMO, HKIMO, TIMO, Math Counts, US Common Core Math Competition, Math Kangaroo, and PRMO. So you can meet our international rank holders for the year 2021-22 on the screen. They're all brilliant kids like you. And there are so many. Okay, so the classes are going to be group sessions with batch size of around 20 students delivered through Zoom by seasoned tutors. You've already met your mentor, Usha ma'am. So you get 4 sessions per week. Mondays and Fridays, note down the timings, will be 8 to 9:15 p.m. And on Saturdays and Sundays, the timing will be 5 to 6:15 p.m. And there would be 5 minutes of break in between the sessions, which will include topic-wise quick revision of chapters and discussion on previous year level 2 questions. You also get access to reading material, practice questions available on the dashboard of Olympiad Success, and level 2 topic-wise mock test for science. Now, how to access those, you will learn very shortly from Pooja ma'am. Syllabus is available at this particular link, and fees can be paid by clicking on this particular link. Don't worry, all the important and relevant links have been pasted in the chat box and will again be pasted in the chat box. The fees for this course is rupees 3,720, and it is going to be a 16-session course. The fees includes online classes, daily reading notes and exercises, practice of previous year level 2 questions, and access to Olympiad Success platform for science. All that you require for these classes is a laptop or a desktop with good internet speed. Now your camera should be on throughout the session, and headphones for better audio clarity. So in 2020-21, Olympiad Success had students from more than 3,800 schools across India and abroad, hailing from 35 plus countries. The live classes for this particular batch begins from Friday, 12th of Jan, 2024. I hope you've noted down all the relevant details. Now I would request Pooja ma'am to take you through a virtual tour of the dashboard. All over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Monica ma'am. Hi, young minds. How are you all? Let me share my screen. Hope you are ready for the dashboard tour. All right, let's go. So you have to fill your correct user ID details. Okay, the moment you'll fill olympiadsuccess.com, this page will flash on your screen, right? Right after that, you have to fill your correct user ID details. Make sure that you should not fill incorrect one. Otherwise, you'll not be able to open it. Yes. After clicking on the sign in, you'll get your personal details on the screen wherein you need to check your details whether these are correct or incorrect. If any of the detail is incorrect, what you can do is you can just correct it and you can click on the update button over here. That means your profile is updated. In case it's correct, then that's fine. After that, you'll be going to click on this worksheet button wherein you'll be going to select your worksheet for your respective subject. Right? Clicking after worksheet, we'll be going to select a subject which is science now. So after this, I'm going to click on mock test paper. So after this, I'll be moving on take exam icon and I'm clicking on it. Then I'll get general instructions on my screen where I'll be going to read all these instructions carefully and properly. And then I'll be going to start my worksheet because now I'm ready to attempt my worksheet. So here you can see there are 50 questions in your worksheet. So make sure that you attempt it properly and carefully. You have to read each and every question carefully. So for example, you have done your first question, you are filling your answer, and then now you are supposed to move on second question. So where you have to go, you have to click on next button. Now I'm done with my second question. I'm just filling it randomly, but you should make sure that you should read it properly and then you should fill your correct answer. Okay. Then after that, again, I'm going to click it on next button. Then moment I'm done with questions, I'll be going to check it properly and then I'll be going to click it on finish button. Yes, I have reviewed all the questions. Make sure that you have reviewed all your questions before clicking on finish button. The way we do it in our exam before giving paper to our examiner, right? Revision time, that's called. So after this, now I'm curious to see my performance, that how I have performed and how much scores I got in my mock test paper. So I'll be going to click on performance button and then again I'll be going to select my subject. After selecting my subject, I'll get my mock test paper over here, which I have attempted. So I'll click on view button. So after clicking on view button, I can see my performance. I have attempted 2 questions, both are wrong, right? So you can click on review and then you can see it over here, which is the correct answer and which were the wrong answer. All right. So this is how you have to just attempt your mock test paper. So now you can just log out and then you can go back. Let me stop sharing my screen. So because this was the dashboard tour round. So in case you have any doubt, feel free to drop it in the chat box. We'll be happy to answer your queries. Over to you, Monica ma'am.
Thank you so much, Pooja ma'am. Any doubt, anyone? So Alina is asking, I'm going for level 2 of Crest Science Olympiad. So we'll be preparing for this. Of course, we'll be preparing for this level 2 science exam, be it any exam, okay, from whichever organization you have undertaken that, got yourself registered. So any doubt, anyone? Any other doubt that is coming to your mind? Performance and score will be available instantly. Yes, it will be, as it has been shown. Anything? Will you provide books for this level 2? So Bhargav, whatever material that you will get, reading material and practice test papers and your discussions in classes, so that will be sufficient for you to crack this exam. Okay, in case you want to further buy books, then you can buy books. So there are several books available in the market and on Amazon, so you can go for those. Otherwise, the reading material that we provide is sufficient. If you attend the classes regularly, if you interact with your mentor, you practice and you do all the tests and all, I'm sure you'll be able to crack it. Any other doubt, anyone? So previous year question paper, you can buy those, right? Or you can access websites for those previous year papers that you need. Several online books are available, Khayan. There are Crest books, then there are MTG books, SOF books. Yes, it is available. It is available in the market as well as on the websites and also on Amazon. So I'm sure if you're going to search for those, you'll get it. Any other doubt? Okay. What are the class timings on Saturdays and Sundays? Asha is saying 5 to 6:15 p.m. Khayan and Alina are also saying 5 to 6:15 p.m. So is Swastik and Darshil are mentioning the same. And Shaira is also saying the same. So yes, that is the correct answer. 5 to 6:15 p.m. will be the class timings on Saturdays and Sundays. And what will be the time for Monday and Friday? 8 to 9:15 p.m. is correct. So total number of sessions are? 16. That is correct. Yes, Anushka, the questions are available with this course. You will keep on practicing, as you will see in this demo also. Any other doubt, anyone? Or shall we begin with the demo? Give me a big smile if it is yes from your side for demo. I can see Vardha smiling, Swastik smiling, and Shaira smiling, and Tane, okay, and Ashaz, and Suryansh, okay. Now I have got so many yes through your smiles. So all over to you, Ushma ma'am.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Monica. Okay, so it's like time for me and my kids to be with each other, right? Okay, thank you so much, Shaira. You have such a beautiful, big smile. Keep smiling like that. I got muted. Okay, right. So, children,
Just a
today,
moment, Ushma ma'am. Just want to
yeah,
inform you,
sorry.
I have unmuted all the students, right? So whenever you need, they can unmute themselves and they can coordinate with you.
All right. Thank you so much, Pooja. Right. Okay. So kids, like what I had just, seen in the beginning, that bio was something that all of you feel is boring, a little difficult. So maybe in today's demo class, we shall start with one topic of bio itself. Okay. And like all of you know, the first topic in bio, which is always is plants. Okay, children, now let me just tell you about how we are going to be having the way our classes are going to be conducted. So basically during our class, first we will be taking up a certain topic, right? As we know, we are in the level 2 preparations and this is not the level 1 preparation. So in the level 2 preparations, I'm not going to be teaching you anything from the scratch. Okay, because it is expected that when you come to level 2, you have a certain basic knowledge of already something that on the certain topic that you must have already studied earlier, right? So what I will expect a Marathe, are you a student of class 5 or you've just joined in for somebody else?
No, actually, my brother is in five.
So where is the brother?
Yes, ma'am,
Okay.
he is.
Yes, please. I would want the students to be there because this demo class is for the students. I would prefer the students to be a part of this, please. Yeah, the same thing with Khayan Gupta. Khayan, you are in class 5, Beta? All right. Okay. All right. I would really want, I mean, the parents can sit along with the kids, but that's fine. Bhargav, can you please keep your video on? I would want the students to be a part of the demo because they will understand more better. All right. Okay. Thank you so much. So like I told you, in the demo class today, I will be taking up the topic of plants. So first, what we will be doing in the class is to understand what are the important. Now every topic, children, has subtopics below it, right? So in plants also there are subtopics which are very, very important for you people to revise. Okay, I will definitely try to take you through the subtopics, but you also will have to self study a certain bit of the self topics, because we have a restricted amount of 16 sessions where we have to not only do the topics but also do the demo questions and the papers along, right? So one thing which is expected is you kids will also study back from home on a certain topic and be prepared during the class. Okay. Now, like in plants, first thing that you all have to know about plants is parts of a plant, which I'm sure all of you already know. So as this is a demo, let me just, take you through this. So we'll have to know everything about the root system and everything about the shoot system, all the parts of them. Then maybe modifications of plants. Now, all of us know that plants and the structures of plants modify themselves depending on the habitat or depending on the need of the plant, right? Like that plants that live in the hilly area or the plants that live in the desert region all have different adaptations, right? Let's go to Shaira. Shaira, can you just quickly tell me what do you think is the adaptation of a plant in the desert region?
They will like for cactus, the modification is that they don't have leaves. They have modified stems which are fleshy, so they can hold the water. They can
Hmm.
contain the water.
Very good. Suryansh, is Shaira right with saying that desert plants do not have leaves?
Yes, ma'am. I mean, no,
Anybody who feels that
ma'am,
you can
they
raise,
have
you can
leaves,
raise,
but
raise. Yeah, good, good, good. Tell me,
they have
Suryansh.
modified leaves,
Like what? How are they modified into?
like to reduce the amount of water
What are they
being.
modified into? How do the leaves of the desert plants look?
They're like needles.
Exactly. They are modified into spines, right? Thanks, Kayan. I could get that. Okay. So this is exactly what you have now. Shaira, I'm sure what she thought is it's not like a leaf. So therefore she said that it's not a leaf. I'm sure you know that cactus has spines on it. So actually, this is what is, this is the application you have to, keep in mind when you're doing questions in your level two papers. Okay. So children, your level two questions are going to be more applicative, right? So the knowledge that you have to put it in the right way. Okay, so this is what we will be learning here, and that's why I'm going to be asking all the students a lot of questions during the class, right? Shaira, now did you understand that a desert plant has modified leaves and stems? It's not that it doesn't have leaves. The leaves are reduced to spines to, yes, like what Shuryan said, to decrease the amount of water it's going to lose, right? And like what Shaira said, yes, the stems are, swollen, they are green, they are photosynthetic, and they hold a lot of water, okay, in them. So this is exactly what you have to learn. Not only about deserts, you also have to know about the rainforest. You also need to know about all plants that are aquatic, insectivorous plants, and plants that are in the swampy areas. Okay, that's called as the mangrove regions. Okay, so this is what we will be understanding when we will be doing modifications and adaptations of plants in an habitat. Besides that, we will be studying the parts like especially study flower. I think during the beginning of the demo somebody had said they're having difficulty to understand the flower. So it's very easy. Okay. So flower, Swasti, can you tell me what kind of a part of the plant is a flower? What is its basic function?
The function of a flower is to pollinate itself and it transforms into fruits afterwards. When it
Exactly.
gets, when after some time it transforms itself into fruits.
Correct. Right. So basically, will I be wrong by saying a plant is a reproductive part of a plant, Tanai? Am I right or wrong?
Uh, what, ma'am?
Flower is the reproductive part of a plant. Am I right or wrong?
Ma'am, wrong.
Am I wrong? Sanyam, am I wrong by saying that plant is a reproductive part of the plant? Am I right by saying that flower is the reproductive part of a plant?
Ma'am, can you repeat the question again?
Yes, I just asked, is flower the reproductive organ of a plant?
Ma'am, the answer is leave.
The answer is,
Leave.
who is this who said leaf is a reproductive part of a plant? I can't hear you. Who is this? Can you please name yourself?
Ma'am, Hardik.
Hardik. Okay. Suryansh, I've already asked Suryansh. Let's go to Vardha. She's already raised her hand. Vardha, is
Ma'am,
leaf the
flower.
reproductive part?
No, ma'am. Leaf is not flower.
Okay, so yes, now nor is I'm not sure who said leaf, nor is Vardha wrong, nor is the other one who said leaf wrong. Okay, because both of them can be reproductive, right? But the most important reproductive part of a plant in most of the plants is a flower. Okay, so this reproduces sexually, meaning it is the only part of a plant which could have a male, which is like a boy, or a female part. Okay, so remember, plants can reproduce either with a male and a female part, and that is present only in flowers. Do you get that? So only the flower of a plant can have petals. Okay, I'm really bad at drawing, but I can try my best. Sepals, a thalamus, or a stalk. But this is not reproductive. What is the reproductive part? It is the male and the female part, which is the fat and then a long, narrow structure. And this is what is called as the pistil. This is the female part of a plant, which has the eggs in it and long, thin anthers and filaments, which is called as the stamen. How do you remember this, children? Men. Men are boys or girls? Is men a male or a female? Children, is men a male or a female? None of you know this? It's a male,
Male.
right? So stamen is the male part of a flower, and pistil, okay, is the female part of a plant. Okay, like I think somebody had said, it helps in pollination, which is true. The pollen grains from this anther with different mediums can get transferred onto the female part, which is the pistil. And when it goes and meets the egg here, this will turn into the seed. Slowly, everything in the flower will drop down and a fruit is going to be formed, right? So this is how basically, a fruit is formed in plants, and from the fruit, the seeds will get dispersed. And we also will have to understand the important ways seed gets dispersed in nature. So we'll be understanding different parts of seed dispersal and different ways pollination can take place. Okay. But like I said, somebody who said leaf is also the reproductive part of a plant is not wrong. How is he not wrong? Rona, can you tell me why is that? I mean, I'm not sure who answered it, but can you tell me why even leaf can be a reproductive part of a plant? How is that possible? What method is this called? Anybody who knows the method in which a stem or maybe a leaf or maybe root can act as a reproductive part called? What is this method of reproduction called as? Anybody, children? Nobody?
Reproduction.
What kind of reproduction, sweetheart? It's called as the
Culture,
it's called the vegetative
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 reproduction.
propagation.
propagation. Okay, this vegetative propagation is the method in which plants don't have flowers. They don't actually need flowers to reproduce. They can produce. So what is basically reproduction? Producing more of its own type, okay? Right? So that's reproduction, right? So vegetative propagation, like through stems. You must have heard about, stem cutting, what is done with roses. Okay, you take a potato and you can put it back and you can see the eyes of the potato from which new buds come out and new plants come out. So those are all means of vegetative propagation. Then leaf is also true. I am so sorry, but who was the person who said leaf as the answer for reproduction? Who answered that? I'm not sure. Okay. Tanay, can you tell me in which of the plants is leaf used as for vegetative propagation?
Ma'am, it was something like bryophyllum.
Bryophyllum. Very good. Yes, of course it is. It is bryophyllum. Along with bryophyllum, because you are level 2 students, please also note a new plant which is called as begonia. Okay, children, remember in level 2, they love to use complicated words or complicated names of plants. Okay, so you will have to be aware of the different names of the plants in the level 2 preparations. Okay, now A leaf, a stem, a root. Darshil, please switch on your video and tell me which is that plant which vegetatively propagates through roots. Do you know that, Alina? Which is the plant that reproduces through roots? Bhargav, do you know it? Who knows it? Yes, Varsh. Banyan tree does not reproduce. It has a modified root. That is different. They are the prop roots, but it doesn't help them to reproduce. Anybody else? See, this is where, oh yes, I have two hands up. Yes, Shaira, tell me.
So, for vegetative propagation of roots, there is carrots,
Carrot.
turnip, radish, beetroot. All these
Okay.
are examples of root vegetative reproduction.
Okay, Anushka. Children, these are all those roots that store food in it. Okay.
Potato.
Potato is not a root, Anushka.
Potato.
Sweet potato. Yes, you're right. Right. Khayan. Okay. Okay. And an important one which you will get in level 2 is dahlia. Please write this down. Okay. All of them that, Shaira said, they are right, but they are more examples of plants that store food in their roots. Okay. And whom do I pick up now? Can I pick up Darshil? Darshil, give me examples of plants that can propagate through stem.
Potato can propagate
Yes,
through
very
stem.
good.
Stem.
Then, good beta.
Then onion can also propagate
Onion,
through stem.
very good. Or examples though? और एग्जाम्पल्स दो आप जब ये सब बता रहे हो बच्चा all of you are talking about more of plants that are storing food. Give me more examples. Which plants stem can you cut and make a new plant out of it? Think. Anushka.
Rose.
Ma'am,
What? Rose.
Rose.
Very good. Bang on.
excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, what is the question?
Which are the plants that can vegetatively propagate through stem?
Garlic.
Garlic. Okay. See, again, you
Hibiscus.
people are thinking more about it, right? Sorry.
Hibiscus.
Hibiscus. Very good.
Then
How many people have a garden at home? Oh, but there's so many children. Alina?
rose and money plant.
Money plant. Bang on. Yes, the money plant. Very good. Bhargav, do you have anything to add on? Anushka has. Yes, Anushka, tell me.
Bougainvillea.
Sorry, bougainvillea. Very good. Bougainvillea too. I don't have place, but I'll just write it down. Good, Anushka. Very good. Anybody else who wants to add on?
Ma'am, Jasmine.
No. They already have flowers. And children, when you want to answer something, please raise your hand in the chat and only then answer. Do not please answer out of turn. Okay? Right? So these are ways a plant can propagate or plant can reproduce even when it does not have flowers. Okay? Right? So these are the most important subtopics that you people need to learn when you are going to be doing the topic of plants. Okay. The next other important topic which you will have to know is the use of plants. Hardik, can you give me certain important uses of plants, please? Hardik?
Ma'am, the certain important uses of plant is, ma'am, they produce food to us.
Of course, most important, you will not be able to survive if there were no plants. Then,
Ma'am, and then they give us oxygen.
very good.
Ma'am, and they
Socho. Keep thinking till.
Ma'am,
Yeah, bolo,
plant
bolo.
give a shelter.
Okay, fine. You can use it as shelter. Vardha, do you have more?
Ma'am, medicines.
Very good. Medicines. Keep adding on. Vardha,
Ma'am,
tell me. No?
oil.
Oil. हार्दिक मुझे देख के बोल.
मम्मा मैं अभी को देख के बोल रहा हूँ.
Thank
Cotton.
you, beta. Cotton, that's fiber. Very, very good, Hardik. Or kuch, anything else that anybody wants to add on and put it up on the board? So these are all that Hardik had said. So all,
Ma'am,
yes.
jute.
So beta, they are all fibers. Cotton, jute, flax, hemp, all of them are fibers. Very good. Good. Good job. Anything else that anybody wants to add on? Or this whole board goes to Hardik? Right? Okay, so good job. Okay, so these are the important important uses of plants. One other very, very important part of a plant is also needed to maintain the water cycle. Do you all know what is transpiration? When the water, comes out from the leaves of the plant, that also adds up to the water cycle. I hope all of you know what the water cycle is. Right? So it also helps to maintain the amount of water in the nature. Okay, and the roots of the plants prevent soil erosion. Hope you people know what is soil erosion. That that process in which the layer of the soil gets washed away by water or wind, but the roots are the ones that are holding the soil so tightly to the ground that it doesn't allow the soil to get eroded. Okay, right. Okay, so these are, oh, okay, I have a lot of hands up. Yes, Swastik, tell me, do you want to add on?
What is the question?
What is the use of a plant? Swastik, you've raised your hand. Tanai and Alina, do you have to say something? No. Okay, Alina?
Ma'am, plants also give us paper.
Exactly, right. It gives us paper. There's something else that we have missed. Let's see if somebody can think about. Yes, has. Kabir, can I call you Kabir? 1 second. Hold on. Kabir, can I call you?
Yes, ma'am, you can call me Kabir also.
All right,
Ma'am,
fine.
it
Bolo
gives
beta.
us rubber also.
Yes, it gives you rubber
Ma'am,
also.
wood.
Yes, I was waiting for somebody to tell me. It's called as timber.
Ma'am, wood.
वही उसी को we call that as timber.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay,
Furniture
Tanya.
also.
Sorry?
Furniture.
Furniture, yes, it all comes from the timber. Yes, Anushka?
Makes the surrounding look good.
Very good. Yes, it's also needed for aesthetic values, like the flowers are all, let me just imagine world being without flowers. It would be so boring and so, bland. Yes, Kabir.
Ma'am, it also purifies the air.
Yeah, so that's what he said. Ardik has already said that it helps to bring more oxygen. It takes in more carbon dioxide and brings more oxygen. Okay, very good. Shaira, you want to add on? Okay, right. Let me see.
Ma'am,
Okay.
excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, fruits.
Fruits, and for food, mein foods aa gaya na beta, you eat fruits, right? So that's a part of food itself. Okay, so cereals, pulses, grains, fruits, vegetables, all of them are parts of fruits, parts of food. Okay, right. Now, I always generally in classes make one person the scientist of the day. Okay, a person who answers this important question of mine rightly and quickly. Okay, yes, Tana, you want to say, ask me something? And after that, I will
Ma'am,
ask
I
you.
just want to say one more use of plants.
Tell me.
Prevents global warming.
Warming, very good. And that's basically because it's taking up all the carbon dioxide and, bringing back oxygen into the nature. Now, Tanai, just put your hands down and very quickly, okay, let me see who's the first person. Now, I'll have to just change. Let me see who is the first person who is going to be answering this question, okay? What is the process called in which plants make their own food, and how do they do that? And I could see the first hand up of Kabir. Kabir, if you answer this question rightly, completely, you will be the scientist of the day.
Ma'am, the process where plants make their own food is called photosynthesis.
Very good.
And,
Explain that.
and ma'am, the ingredients are carbon dioxide, water, and sunlight to make glucose plus oxygen.
Wow, bang on. So today's scientist of the day is Kabir, right? Plants are the only species in, the on Earth which can make their own food, and that's why they are called as automatic, anything which is auto is something which can work on its own. They're not dependent on anybody. It's called as autotrophic. Okay, what are autotrophic? Those plants, those species which are green plants. Oh, there is one word that Kabir has forgotten. um okay, let me see who is going to tell me which is that one word that Kabir forgot in this whole process of photosynthesis. Let's go to the people who have raised. Sanya, can you tell me what is one thing that Kabir forgot? He said the whole thing right. There's one word that he's forgotten. Who can pick it up? Swastik?
Ma'am, he forgot to tell that the sunlight is synthesized by chlorophyll, which
Sun
makes
is
the trees green.
very good, right? So you're going to be the co-scientist with Kabir today, right? Okay, so basically, it is not synthesized, it is trapped. You can't synthesize sunlight. Sunlight is there in the nature, okay? So sunlight gets trapped. And let's ask Bhargav. Bhargav, do you know where is chlorophyll? And what is chlorophyll? Bhargav? Yeah.
Ma'am, the green pigment.
Yes, the green pigment. It is majoritarily seen in the leaves, but it's seen in all green plants of the all the green parts of the flower of the. It's seen in all green parts of the plant. Okay, so in this green part, there is this pigment which is called as chlorophyll. So what does this chlorophyll do? The chlorophyll traps the sun rays and it helps. Now, which part of the plant is absorbing water? The roots. Okay, so it helps the water and the carbon dioxide to join together to produce glucose and release oxygen, which then comes out of the leaves, okay, through the stomata. Okay, and this whole process, which is exclusively seen in leaves, is called as photosynthesis. Got it? So this is basically what happens in plants, and this is basically what we will be studying during the whole topic of plants in our classes. Okay. Right. Let me just, I have no idea why everybody is raised. Maybe it's doubt or something. Dashil, do you want to ask me something or tell me something?
No, ma'am.
कुछ बोलना है? नहीं. Hardik, do you want to say something? Hardik, you've raised your hand. Do you want to say something?
Ma'am, no, ma'am.
All
For
right,
answer,
Ronak. Okay, fine. Ronak? Ronak, you're muted. You want to say something?
Teacher, actually, I'm in 4th class.
Oh, that's really nice that you're attending the 5th standard class and getting more knowledge. Good. Good job. Very good. I hope you can understand what's happening in class. Good.
Yes.
Very nice. Very good. Okay. Appreciate that. All right. Okay. So children, this is how we will be, understanding topics in the class. Because this is a demo class, I'll not be continuing much more than this. Right now, what we will be doing more is to understand. Just give me a minute. Okay, how our demo questions or the papers are going to be. So after every topic discussion, what we will be doing in class is to take up questions. 1 second, children. Just give me a minute, children. Yes, okay. All right. Okay. So in this class, I will be asking each one of you one question. Let's start with the youngest, member of this class, Ronak. Let's see if you can answer this. Do you know the answer to this? I want all of you to read this question and write or type this answer in the chat. Till then, Rona, look at this question and try to give me the answer.
I'm looking.
Yes.
Mm. Teacher B.
Dashil, is he right?
No, ma'am. I think C should be the correct answer.
Why? You're right. Why?
Because the seeds of guava and the seeds of fruit Y are both dispersed by animals because fruit Y was spiny
Okay.
It can be dragon fruit.
and its spines can stick to the animal's fur.
Right, exactly. So these are the fruits that can, be dispersed by animals by, by the hooks, or it can be heated up. Right. So that's the right answer. Let's go to the second question. Second question, Kabir, take it up.
Yeah, ma'am.
Why am I not able to see the second question? 1 minute, better. Okay. Right. Yeah. Take it up. Yes, Kabir. Kabir, give me the answer.
Yes, ma'am. Thinking. No, I think the
Who's going?
answer is A.
Tanay, is he right? What could be P? They're saying S is rose.
Ma'am, it's correct. P can be potato plant only.
Correct. Exactly. Okay. Right. Hardik, take the question 3.
Ma'am, I am thinking the answer.
Okay. Who will want to? Tanay, will you want to take the third question?
Yes, ma'am.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Right.
Ma'am, I have doubt in second question. I can't understand the question.
Okay, you couldn't understand. Let's go to the second question. Now, this is a Venn diagram. I hope you understand what is a Venn diagram. P is the plant which can propagate through stem. Okay, so P can be potato. ये right हो सकता है. But S is the question. S is the plant which gets propagated by stem and also by seeds. Okay, right? So S could be a rose plant, which is true again. Okay. Q could be bryophyllum, which propagates by leaves, which is also true. But T is by seeds and by leaves, which is not true. ठीक है? अभी R पे आ जाओ. R क्या है? It is a fern or an algae. A fern or an algae is a plant. A fern or an algae is a plant which does not produce seed. It produces by spores. Okay, and Q could be spinach or P could be collocation. Now Q is what? Spinach. Yes, it does not. It can be propagated by. It cannot be propagated by leaves, but P, which is collocation, can be propagated by stem. ठीक है, तो आंसर क्या हुआ? A. समझा?
Ma'am,
You
what
cannot.
is the meaning? Ma'am, what is the meaning of spores?
Spores are small seed-like structures, but they are not formed from flowers.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay? Okay, that is asexual. All right. Yes, Ronak, what's your doubt?
Teacher, R could be orange plant.
What? Yes, R could
Orange
be orange.
plant.
It could be, yes, it could be orange, right?
Teacher,
Okay.
I have an orange plant at home.
Very nice. Okay.
And I reproduce.
All right. Okay. Shaira, take up this question.
Ma'am, just 2 minutes.
Yep.
Teacher, I believe the answer is B.
You will have to tell me why and how.
So, for a Q, the example of the plant is ginger. So, ginger is an underground stem, and it is modified to store the food as well.
Right.
Hence, I believe the B is the right answer.
Very good. Okay. Anybody else having any other doubts? Let's go to the next. Swastik.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So it is.
Quick. Okay. Now let's understand how to do this question. Plants, is it flowering? Is it bright colored? And is it poisonous? So we have to look at W, which can be poisonous, brightly colored. But remember, all brightly colored plants can never be pollinated by wind. So W is absolutely not pollinated by wind. Okay. Now let's go the other way. Now plants, it is not a flowering plant. It reproduces by spores and it's eggs. So egg spores, it can be pollinated, but spores are something which does not undergo pollination at all. Pollination only, remember I just told Hardik right now, pollination can take place only in plants that do not have flowers. Okay. So pollination does not take place in plants that have spores. Okay. So now let's go the third way. It's flowering. It has bright colored flower. It's flowering, yes. Bright colored flowers, no. So it is a flowering plant. So there are flowers. So pollination so definitely hota hai. Okay, pollination is definitely happening there, but it's not brightly colored. So what are the characteristics, features of a plant which gets pollinated by wind? It does not have brightly colored flowers. So yes, I shall keep Y as the option, but I'll still look at Z. Okay, it's a flowering plant. It's brightly colored, yes, but not poisonous. As soon as you know it's brightly colored, you know it cannot be pollinated by wind. Therefore, the answer for this is Y. So children, this is how you will be taking each question when you will be trying to answer them. Okay, right. Now, let's go. Anushka, please take this question. Anushka.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Anther.
The diagram shows the cross section and what is
ये होते पारे
ma'am, the D option.
দেখো কি বলছে anther
Who says?
contains pollens grains which get dispersed in pistil and later fuses with
Right. Okay. Right. So what happens if what happens when the anthers are cut off? If the anther, so if A is cut off, a flower will not die. There will be no fertilization. There will be no pollen grain. So the answer is both B and C. So you're right on that. Okay. Right. Right. Who's going to take this? Kabir, will you take this question?
Yes, ma'am, I can.
Yeah. Go ahead. This is a very, very important question. I will want
Ma'am, I am
everybody.
reading.
Sorry?
Ma'am, I am reading it.
Hmm. Who wants more time for this? Or somebody, will you please answer it, or shall I take it?
Ma'am, the answer is C.
The answer, which of this is dispersed by wind? So definitely that plant which is going along the direction of the wind, which is going in this direction and really far away from the parent plant, is the
B.
one which is getting dispersed by wind. So obviously the answer to this is P. So Kabir is right. Good, Kabir. Good, all of you. All of you know the questions well. Okay. Who's going to take this? Suryansh. Suryansh.
Yes, ma'am.
Take it.
Yes, I'm thinking.
Anybody who's got the answer?
Ma'am, I got it.
Tell
It's
me.
A.
Ma'am, I also got it.
Very good.
Ma'am, it's A.
Can you answer why and how?
Ma'am, it has a feathery stigma
Very
to
good.
like capture the pollen grain, so it'll get so it'll stick to it,
Right.
and then it'll pollinate and turn into a fruit later on.
Excellent. Very good. Good. Okay. Good job. Swastik.
Yes, ma'am. This one. The two plants of the flower were removed before. Yes, ma'am.
Hmm.
So, before pollination could occur, so D is required for pollination.
Very good.
B is also required for pollination.
Very good.
C is not required for pollination. Petals are not required.
Hmm.
So I think the answer will be A.
Good. Let's go to the next. Tanay.
Study the diagram below which ma'am, ma'am, I think the answer is C.
An organism which does not bear is able to know. Yes, very good. Very good. And see, very good. Yes, your answer is absolutely right. Good, Tanay. Good job. Good job. Who's on got a chance? Anushka.
Ma'am, I got.
You got all right. Then Varza.
What is the question of the last? What is the answer of the last
A,
question?
A. Okay. Varda.
Ma'am, is the answer D?
Is the answer D?
D.
Yes, it is. Yes, because it's going along the
Ma'am,
exactly right. It will
ma'am,
right.
I think the answer is D only.
It is. It is. It is D. Yes, if you've got that right. Alina. Oh, we've already got the. This is how our questions are going to be. Okay, these were the way the demo questions were. So it is definitely going to work this way in the classes too. And we are coming towards the end of the demo class. And I think any doubts that you people have about, the classes to be held, and any other doubts you have, you're free to ask me for the next 2 to 3 minutes, because we will be ending the class in the next 5 minutes now. Anybody has doubts, you could please ask me. And I just hope all of you have enjoyed the class. Any feedbacks or anything that you would want to tell me, you're free to tell me. No? Okay. All right. Okay. So with this, I think, what was the answer to the last one? It was along the direction of the wind. So that plant which was showing. Okay. So the answer to this was D. The fruit is light and has a feathery structure so that it can go along the wind. Okay, got it? Okay, so I just hope all of you enjoyed the class, and I hope to see you quickly in the, the normal classes, which is going to start for Friday. All right? Okay. So if there are no questions and nothing to be asked or discussed, maybe we could end our demo class here now. All right? Anything that anybody wants to say? Nothing? All right. Okay. See you, children. Bye-bye.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye,
Bye, ma'am.
Bye-bye.
Bye, ma'am.